All right, my name is Tom. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, originally from Brooklyn, New York. And this is my '79 Chevy Bonanza van. As you can see, it is a two-tone, one of one for '79. No other van came in this color combination. This is a one of one. I've named it VANANZA. Obviously it's fitting. Big shout out to Heidi, Chooky Hand on Instagram. She makes these fantastic emblems for you. Yeah, when I bought it, it was just a clapped out '79 van that someone used to haul their Harley Davidson in. And I ripped everything out from front to back and I just started over with it. Added some Krager rims from some guy down in Georgia somewhere. Sold me the whole set for 400 bucks. So I never drove faster to Georgia in my life till I came and picked these up. They have the original running board. A lot of people telling me to take them off, but no way, those things are staying on there. I got the jumbo exhaust tips, 4 on each side, true dual. Pinstriping, done by my man Dustin out in Concord, North Carolina. Did a great job on it. Portholes came from Kirk on Facebook. I bought one set from him and I put them up on the van and it was too small. It didn't fit the scale of the van. And I put 2 of them like this. That's the move. So we put the ports in. So we've got 2 here, 2 on the opposite side. Of course you got to have the stainless 102-inch whipper, right? With the old school foxtail on it. Mm-hmm. All right, coming along the front here. Let's start from down here. We got the flamethrowers. We got the fog lights from Sears, made in Japan. Big shout out to Julio, Junkyard Chevy. That's my man. You need van parts, you don't want a scammer, you go to that guy, he's gonna give you great prices. So these came from him. Original bumper, original bumperettes, still looking shiny and chromy. Coming up here, we have the tube grill from '79. We got the chrome bezels here. More pinstriping from Dustin. It's starting to wear a little bit, but I kind of like it. It goes with the patina of the van, so I'm happy with it. It's got a 350 combo in it. Stock, 78,000 original miles on the van. Nice. Coming up here, we've got the supervisor, and you will probably not in your life see another one because they tend to break. So this is a legit supervisor that you don't see anymore, but I've managed to keep it together. Going up top there, we have the his and hers sunroof. Again, it checks all the boxes for a boogie van. It's got, in my opinion at least. Now there is some patina on the roof. It's just pretty much sunburnt. And I don't know, I'm in the air whether or not I should repaint it. Should I clear over it? I mean, the paint on the rest of the van is great, but the top and the flares, I don't know, what do you guys think I should do? Leave a comment down below. All right, the passenger side, more of the same. Slider door still works great. And as you may or may not be aware, the Bonanza vans were the only vans, I think the Beauvilles did too, had this mid trim and this lower trim that only came on the either Bonanza, I think, or the Beauvilles may have had it too. But so it's the only time you'll see this dual trim. Otherwise, it's typically just up here. Coming around to the back, we have the Krager spare. You gotta match. If you ain't matching, I don't even know what you're doing at this point. This is 2023. Got a matching spare.
There you go.
We got the ladder, aluminum, the pop-out windows. Gotta have the pop-out windows. The chrome bumper. We got the bumper hitch on there. More pinstriping from Dustin up in Concord. Good job. And of course, you got to have some stickers on there. Make sure you give me a follow. Already Gone Van on Instagram too. I got lots of van stuff on there. Also, I wanted to put shore power in the van, but I didn't want to take away from the outside and the appeal. And I think that this was a good combination here. Plug right into any of these van events or at home. I run 2 other batteries underneath the bed inside, plus 1 up there under the hood. So got plenty of power, and I could run a stereo damn near all day at a car show and never have to worry about it. I have an isolator up at the main battery, so once that's charged up, it sends current back to the 2 batteries under here, and that charges the batteries underneath the bed. So always juiced up. The only thing the battery under the hood does is start the van. That's it. Everything else, all the lights, everything, stereo, runs from the batteries underneath the bed. All right, let's move on to the inside.
Oh yeah, there we go. Well, what can you tell us?
All right.
With the front? Let's start up front.
Let's start up the front here. I always wanted some great sound in a van. You got to have good sound. And I built that overhead console that's got an Apple Play stereo. It's got switches for the fog lights and driving lights up front. It's got 4 6.5-inch Scar speakers in it. I got my CB mounted underneath, the bass control, hands-free, and it sounds absolutely amazing. The seats I found on Facebook Marketplace for $100, and they actually match the baby blue panels on the door.
Oh yeah.
With the baby blue seats.
How about that? Yeah.
We've got swivel bases that don't wiggle. They're amazing. They came with the van. We have a new old stock cup holder. We have the Superior steering wheel that came with the van. I was fortunate enough that it came with it. It's got a subwoofer behind the driver's seat. You know, sometimes you want a little extra boom going down the road.
Oh yeah.
That wall unit, or bar, I reached out to my man Chris Carter. Shout out Chris Carter for sending me the template to build this. He had taken one out of a '76 Chevy van, and instead of selling it, I told him to take it apart and sell the template to it. So he sent me a set of these templates, and that's all made from 1 sheet of plywood, that entire wall unit.
Nice. Yeah, that's great.
Uh,
Carpeting everywhere.
The carpeting is just, you know, you can't find shag carpet, so you got to find it where you can get it. And these are just area rugs that I've cut up and used. I've upholstered everything from front to back.
Nice. That's great.
These lights came with the van.
Okay.
They dim. They've got 3 switches on them. They're absolutely fantastic. They work flawless. We have matching pilot lights in the back underneath the bed, above the bed. Excuse me. And shout out to Paul Quick from the Casper van, hooked me up with those lantern lights, real old school from the 70s. He had them laying around, and he was nice enough to give them to me. And I got that granny square blanket from eBay for $15, and I just feel like it was made for this van.
Yeah, it matches.
So the colors work good. Got the royal blue, the light blue. Underneath the bed, we have 4 Rockford Fosgate speakers. And underneath the bed, we've got 2 batteries. We've got an amp that runs everything here. In that wall unit, there's another amp that runs those speakers and the sub. Everyone should have a fire extinguisher in their van. Like literally, it could save your van's life someday. These things are old, things happen. If you don't have a fire extinguisher, go out and get one. That's my public service announcement. If anything gets through in this video, get yourself a fire extinguisher.
There you go.
They're cheap to have, it's cheap insurance. I've got one there and I've got one under the bed, so I'm covered.
Good deal.
Both spots. All right, let's take a look at the back. I made these panels, same material as the ceiling, same trim panels back here. Everything kind of goes together, I think. I like the way it turned out. Underneath the bed here, we have storage. You can see my dual battery setup, amps, everything's under there, and pretty much holds everything I need for a couple of days vanning. So that wraps up Vananza. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you out at a van event I want to thank Glenn for throwing this event, East Coast Van Nats at Sham Park in Virginia. Tons of vanners out here. You got to keep coming to these events because they're great. The community is great. The people are great. If you don't have a van, go get a van and come on out and start vanning with us. We're still out here doing it after all these years, thanks to people putting on these events. So hope to see you at a van event. Keep on vanning.
All right, now we're going to fire it up. Oh yeah.
Keep on vanning.
Oh yeah.